on the sidewalk southbound on Yonge.
Yes.
And he was hitting
anything that comes in the way.
People just walking, he go in front of people, he hit everything.
I came out on my break and he was lying on the ground. And I'm so shaken up.
Unfortunately, we have 10 people that have succumbed to their injuries.
There was debris, there was clothing, we have so many patients. It's unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this in the city of Toronto.
This kind of tragic incident is not representative of how we live or who we are. We're going to carry on with heavy hearts, but that we're going to carry on with a life that is admired around the world.
Was allegedly behind the wheel of that rented van was arrested in a dramatic takedown. The police officer involved was widely praised for using the de-escalation tactics while making the arrest. 26-year-old Alec Manassian is charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder and 16 of attempted murder. The next pretrial hearing is scheduled for 2 weeks from today. The case is set to go to trial next February. The motive for the attack still remains unclear. We've seen several security changes across Toronto since that fateful day 1 year ago. Concrete barriers have been erected in some spots across the city. Dump trucks, decommissioned TTC buses, also often brought in to protect large crowds. Toronto's police chief and mayor were both on breakfast television this morning talking about the delicate balancing act between freedom and safety.
People have more knowledge now. I think before we had a strong understanding of it could happen here, and it wasn't a matter of if, but when. It has happened. We've figured out how to move forward. The measures that we put in play are necessary because this is the world we live in now.
While the chief and his other first responders have put in place measures to make sure the city stays safe, we haven't changed the way we live here, which is something that I spoke about that day, and that I think we want to remind ourselves we live in a way here that I think we want to protect it all, with every effort we can.
Joining me now is Alan Bell, security and terrorism expert. Obviously, we're outside the Scotiabank Arena right now. There is a huge event involving thousands of people gathering to cheer on the Leafs and the Raptors, but there are other things going on behind the scenes as well.
Yes, I mean, I've never seen quite a large police presence as I have tonight. This is quite unique, the way they've structured the concentric rings of security around the main area where the majority of people are going to be.
What we're talking about, we've got a large concrete block right here in front of us. There are plenty within a few blocks, barricades, police cars, plenty of police as well.
It'd be very difficult for anyone to try and get a vehicle in here, definitely, but it still wouldn't stop somebody coming in if they had some type of device on their person, and that's always a concern. There's been no threats issued to that degree, so the fact is all they're doing is trying to maintain security around the people attending tonight.
Before a year ago, we probably wouldn't have seen anything like this, correct?
No, definitely not, but situations around the world is changing. Concerts have been attacked, and these types of events, sporting events, have been attacked, so we've got to take all the precautions. Unfortunately, I wish we could go back 5 years, but we can't, so it's going to get worse as time goes on.
Can we really, truly feel safe, even with all of this?
You can, to a certain degree, as long as the security is doing their job, which is checking individuals coming in. That takes time, so people are going to line up for hours before they can actually physically get in here. So that is the main issue, is maintaining the safety, nothing else. Nothing else matters.
Compared to the rest of the world, how safe is Toronto?
At the moment, Toronto is relatively safe because we have a government which is very mediocre in terms of what's going on in the world. We don't say the wrong things, so therefore no one's going to be annoyed with us. So as long as we keep on doing that, we should be okay for a while.
Do you think that there's a point where we can scale some of this back?
We can never scale it back. It's going to be dialed up, but we can't lose track of the fact that this is a one-off event, and then we've got to care about people who are walking up and down the streets, cars mounting the pavement and mowing people down like they did a year ago, which is the anniversary today, and consequently that is more difficult to do because we're trying to placate vehicles moving, we're trying to put cyclists, pedestrians and parking on a street which was not built to do those things.
Alan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.